Welcome students. Today we will discuss about the petroleum. It is true to say petroleum is the general term given to the hydrogen mixture found in natural below the surface of the earth. Petroleum occurs either in different forms, like as example the gaseous form called as natural gas, liquid form called crude oil, or solid form is basically called as the bitumen or pitch. Crude oil is a naturally occurring, you can say, the thick, dark, or brown flammable liquid which is derived from the fossil fuels. It is true to say crude oil is basically the non renewable resource. That means the demand of the crude oil is greater than the supply of the crude oil, and which is leading to high price rise, you can say. And an international body which is called as OPEC, which control the price of all the thought of all over the world, the globe price as well as the economic value and all the things of the petroleum, or you can say the crude oil. Crude oil is also referred as a black gold, as it have an immense value, you can say. Basically the crude oil is looks like in black in color, and the availability is minimum but demand is more, and that's why you can say such kind of petroleum or the crude oil causes the inflation as well as affect the pricing of almost everything. Now how does petroleum formed? Actually, near about 300 and 400 million years ago, there were some tiny sea plants as well as the animal died, and all the dead bodies are deposited or buried, you can say, on the ocean floor. Due to the time period over, such kind of dead bodies or such kind of buried plants or animals, they are covered by layers of sand and sediment, which turned into a sedimentary rock. Now come back to the new stage, that you can say the near about 50 and 100 million years ago. Such remains buried deeper and deeper, where the enormous heat and pressure from inside of the earth and the rock above, such kind of tiny particles, such kind of tiny sea plants and the animals' dead bodies are turned into the oil and the gas. And you can say the heat and pressure turned the dead plants into the coal also. Now few byproducts of petroleum, like as example the gasoline, petrol, diesel, kerosene. Also you can say the like paraffin, octane, vaseline, nylon, polymer, ethylene, coal tar, grease. So all kind are basically the byproduct of the petroleum or crude oil. Naphtha or ethylene is the most important byproduct, you can say. Now if you think about the importance of the mineral oil, actually mineral oil is not only the source of energy and fuel all over the world, also the byproducts from such kind of mineral oil have been utilized for the economical importance. Many industries are built through this byproduct, so you can say the economic growth of any country that is depend on the amount of petroleum or the mineral oil of this country's storage or the reserve. Petroleum also considered, I already mentioned, as a liquid gold for its value of uses and the economical importance. Now we have to be read about the distributions of petroleum in India. Actually, it have been noticed that in India has about 10 lakh square kilometer of oil area, and in that perspective we divided into three or four regions, like as example northeast oil region, west oil region, seabed oil region, or you can say the west coast, and south oil region. from the beginning, you can say the northeast oil region, particularly Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, you can say. Assam, for that perspective, in 1889, first petroleum mine was found in Digboy in Assam. And you can say this is the oldest mine of the country. This state holds the third position for the production of the petroleum, and most of the mines, you can say, like as example in Surma Valley, like as example in Lakhimpur, or you can say the Sibsagar district. So that region there are the different names, like as example Digboy, Tinsukia, Dibrugarh, or you can say example like Lakua, Geliki, Tinali, Borodpur, Patharia. So these are the different names of that region are for the oil and petroleum mines. Next one, you can say the oil regions of the Arunachal Pradesh. Actually, particularly in oil regions in Arunachal Pradesh, there are the two places names. One is the Ningpur and another one Serong of the state. So these two states are valuable for the productions of the oil. Second one, the oil region in the western India. Actually, the petroleum mines of western regions are basically in Gujarat state, and the second petroleum producing state, you can say, in India. In 1958, first petroleum mine of Gujarat was found in Ankleshwar near the Khambat Gulf, and now it is the second largest petroleum producing area in India. They are the different principles names, you can say, from where the petroleum have been comes out. That is basically Olpad in Surat district, Bharuch in Kosamba, Ankleshwar, Dahej, Khera, particularly that region. Also there is Sanand, Mahesena. So these are basically the important mines of important petroleum mines in Gujarat districts. Also there are the offshore mines in the west coast of India, particularly west coast of India. One important name you should remember, that is the Bombay High. In 1974, first time ONGC found an oil layer which was approximately, you can say, the 2000 square kilometer, particularly at 100-kilometer distance from the Mumbai coast, and which is also known as the Trombay, and this is, you can say, the largest petroleum region of India. Right now, at least 60% of the petroleum of India is raised from here. Particularly, petroleum is produced from the Bombay High by a floating Japanese rig which is known as the Emperor of Sea. This is also a floating oil, you can say, oil called as the Sagar Vikas, and main regions of the Bombay High are Hira, Panna, Ratna, Mukta, Neelam, Teja, Gandhar. So these are basically the importance for the offshore oil mines of India, particularly in the west coast of India. Now think about the southern region of India, particularly in Andhra Pradesh and the Tamil Nadu. If you think about the deltic part of Krishna and the Godavari river, there are some places, some few oil mines you can find out. Also there in Tamil Nadu, South Orchid, also in Bhuvanagiri. So these two places are well known for the oil mines. Now think about the probable petroleum regions of India. You can say the Sundarban in West Bengal, Tripura, Himalayan foothill, Rajasthan, Upper Assam, Khambat, Andaman Nicobar Islands. So these regions are probable petroleum of India in future.